other three will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump.
We are live here for the Lazy Days Xfinity Series live from Iowa Speedway, the Iowa 188. About to get underway here in just a few moments. Warm up right now for these guys. Starting to work down a little bit. They've been out on the track for about 50 minutes or so, getting some practice in. Not a huge crowd here tonight so far. However, should be a very exciting race. I mentioned earlier that the practice has been a little bit different. A lot of good drivers are getting loose by coming out of the corners and stuff like that. So, anyway, I'm your host, Adam Chapman. I'll be with you throughout the night. Delaney Dunn not here once again. I did find out a little bit more about her. The reason why she has not been here is because she's focused on her real racing stuff, doing a lot of work on her actual race car. She'll be joining us hopefully sooner than later, but in the meantime, I am looking for more broadcasters to join me on Thursdays and Saturdays. Fridays, we can work around, but I am looking for a couple of people. Anyway, coming in here tonight, going to be interesting. Benjamin Nelson not here, so we'll just have to see what happens out with that. Last week it was Benjamin Nelson picking up the win, Landon Lacey, Joe. Oh, and I'm looking at the wrong thing. I apologize. No, it is right. And Joe Burchett finishing third. Joe also not here. So we come in here, Benjamin Nelson in the points lead, Austin Marion second, Eric Mitch, Eric Borelli, Skylar Allen Sr. in fifth place right now on the points. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here tonight and see if they can shake it up some as well. I'm going to be doing a couple interviews here, and right now looking at the speed charts, it is Aaron Fowler, Tyler Cox, Jeff Wupker, Todd Cray, Eric Borelli, your top five. I am going to bring in Eric Borelli here in just a minute once we get a real fast look at the weather, which is going to be a little bit different. It's not as bad as what you may think. 76-degree air temp. However, the wind is 10 miles an hour out of the northwest, and that wind is gusting, by the way, so it will change. Overcast skies, you would think that would mean a lot of grip. It may not be. It ain't what you think, I promise. Track temp, 75.76 degrees. We are here on this 0.89-mile track in Iowa. Like I said, weather very different, and a lot of cars are getting loose. Let's talk to bring in a driver, Eric Borelli. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, you can, bud.
You are really quiet. Hold on, let me see if it's on my end. Very strange. No, I can barely hear you.
How's that better?
Still barely hear you. Let's see.
Is that any better?
Nope.
Well, all right then.
I will get with you in just a minute and see if we can fix it, because I want to bring you in here. So give me just a second. Let me make sure. It may be something I turned down. Let me see. No, it's not. I will get with you here in just a minute. We'll figure it out. I'll be with you in just a minute. That was Eric Borelli. We'll get with him. Had trouble hearing him. Meanwhile, let me see who else is running. Let's bring in Tyler Cox, who is currently second on the board. No, it's not, because he is going out onto the track, so I don't want to bring him in. Who can we talk to? Not many people. We've got about 14 drivers in here now, so that makes for an okay field. It's not a bad race. However, you're going to see a lot of these guys getting loose coming out of turn 2 and 4 tonight. The track very, very slick, and a lot of drivers having a little bit of trouble controlling the car. Not sure why, but for some reason this track is just not very happy right now with these Xfinity cars on it. And a lot of that could have to do with the setup and a lower downforce package with the wind. We don't really know. And Wow, that gas is expensive. Anyway, trying to see who we can talk to that is not out there. Let's bring in Tyler Cox, who is done with practice for now.
Excuse me, I was texting.
Oh, and I will have to get back with you in just a minute. Give me a second. Why can I not hear people? Strange. Really low. But it is me. Let me figure out if I can turn people up. I may have to leave TeamSpeak and come back in. So let me do that real fast. What did I turn down? Sorry guys, having some trouble picking up sound with some guys, so I may need to fix it and get it up. Hopefully we'll get it up here in just a second and get some interviews in. So it definitely was me that was having trouble hearing people, which is odd because I had a game done and everything else. So qualifying about to get underway now. And we will see if we can figure out what is. So qualifying out now. We'll take a look here at Curtis Martin. Green flag is underway. Sorry guys, I know I'm a little mixed up right now. I'm trying to get everything situated and stuff. It's Curtis Martin out on track. And we'll see how he does here. He does on his green flag lap. Look for Curtis to have a good run tonight. He did have a good run here the other night in the K&N cars. Or I'm sorry, the trucks. He had a good run. Currently puts down a lap of a 22.883. Puts him in second place behind Aaron Fowler, who's also back out on track right now on his second lap. So we'll hop over and take a look at him. Hoping I can fix TeamSpeak. I'll have to bring one guy in and see if we can get it. And there's what's going to happen coming out of turn 2 or 4. That's the looseness I was telling you about.
Testing.
And you see the 29 out on track right now. He puts down a lap, puts him in 7th. Right now, Aaron Fowler is still your leader as Eric Brelly crosses the finish line. See if we can bring in Eric now. Hey Eric, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Now I hear you. That was my fault, by the way. I had something turned down or something on TeamSpeak. All right, man. So we're here at Iowa. Very tough track. What's going to be the key to get up front and try to get the win tonight?
I think it's really going to be a matter of staying clean and not pushing the car too hard. After a few laps, the car seems to get really, really tight and just seems to push up towards the wall, something fierce. You know, so it's just really a matter of basically biding our time and, you know, just rolling through the corner and God willing, we're going to end up up front.
You know, sometimes when I race here, I don't know about 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 can be a high-line track. Do you expect to see multiple grooves being worked out here tonight? We've seen it the other night kind of in the truck series. Do you think it'll be that kind of race as well?
Yeah, during the week we ran up in between the second and third groove. I noticed with this car, to me the car seems a lot more stable running up high. It's a little weird as the run seems to go. It seems, you know, you want to drop down a little bit and the car kind of seems to settle in, and if you're drifting towards the wall it seems to hold its own. But definitely in 3 and 4 the high groove is the way to go, and 1 and 2 definitely got to stay off the high side because of the bumps and such.
Tire wear going to be an issue. We definitely know that. It always is on these shorter tracks. You said the car gets tight. How many laps in do you start to feel that? That way we'll have an idea as well. When do you expect that to happen? And do you expect it, you know, on the really long runs, which we usually do have some, do you expect the car to just keep getting tight, or do you expect it to get a little bit, you know, a little bit more loose towards the end of the longer run once tires fall off?
You know, I've seen it where probably 10, 12 laps or so, you really start to feel it get tight. The longer the run goes, the car definitely, at least on my side, starts to feel like it loosens up. The back end starts to want to snap around as you burn off the fuel and such, and you run through the tires. So I think it's going to go through transition between being tight initially and then starting to loosen up the further you get in the run.
Man, you usually start towards the back. I've noticed that. Is there something with you wanting to start towards the back, and then is it just to avoid, you know, what could happen early on, then you work your way up? What is your game plan coming in?
Yeah, usually we start in the back. I know sometimes some of these races, some of the guys are really looking to get going quick, you know, and you know, until you get some laps in, and you know, you can't win the race on the first lap, and sometimes guys just seem to get a little over eager. So we kind of take the high side and just, you know, the highway, and just, you know, jump in the back and ride it out in the back, and we'll, you know, play it as it goes.
All right, man, we're going to be watching you here tonight. Go out there and see what you can do. Good luck, and hope to talk to you soon, and hopefully victory lane.
All right, thanks, buddy.
So that was Eric Borelli, driver of the number 14 car. We are starting the grid. While we grid, Aaron Fowler starts up front alongside Tyler Cox in row number 1 and 2. And I'm sorry about the overlay again. I always forget to change that. Jeremy Rigney, Curtis Martin starting in row number 2. Row number 3, James Finn, Jeff Schmidt in 5th and 6th. Row number 4, we got starting 7th, Lee Grandy in the 29 Chevrolet. 96 of Skylar Allen in the Chevrolet tonight. He actually did not mean to choose that car, by the way. Jeff Wupker, John Morris in row number 5. Austin Marion, Brandon Puffenbarger in 12th. And Eric Borelli in 13th. So only 13 drivers. But with that said, I want to bring in our pole sitter if I don't decide to mess everything up here and get everything overlooked. Bring in Aaron Fowler. Hey Aaron, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Man, rolling off P1 tonight. Think you can keep that car up front and get the win?
Man, I don't know. It's the track is super slick, so it's gonna be, you know, a challenge trying to keep it up front. Tyler's pretty fast himself, so.
Do you expect the car? I talked to Eric. He's expecting to probably tighten up on the longer runs. Are you expecting the car to tighten up? And if it does, does that help you?
Yeah, I mean, it would help a lot because, you know, this car likes to snap loose, especially, I wouldn't say how the weather is, but I feel like tires are definitely going to play a part tonight.
All right, man, I'm going to be up here watching you. Go up there and see if you can get a win. And as always, we'll be watching. Good luck.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
That was the driver of the 4 car, Eric Borelli, starting on that number 1 spot. Remember, guys, if you haven't heard the CFR podcast, make sure you check it out. We did it Thursday. Skylar Allen was on that. Check that out here on YouTube. Talking a little bit about some of the changes for next season. We had Skylar there, Nate Anderson, Derek Pemberton was there also. So, pretty good crowd. So, we will see possibly a new winner tonight. We'll have to wait and see. There is another guy in here that does have a win. I believe Eric Borelli is one of them. So, you never know. We'll see what happens here as the Ford Mustang pace car. We've got a long race ahead of us at a very slick racetrack. Everybody's going to try their best to survive. By the way, Skylar Allen's paint is correct. He just did not choose one. So, you'll see him in a gray car tonight. Pace car about to pull in. There it goes. And we are going green flag here at Iowa Speedway. Tyler Cox out by a nose over that 4 car. Got a good start here. Going to be side by side. Who will have the run? Will the low line prevail? Will the high line prevail here early on? Everybody pretty much makes it off. Tyler Cox takes the lead away for now, over that Ford car, we know that Aaron's fast, so keep your eye on him. He was fast in practice. A little bit further back. Oh, there goes the 96 Skylar Allen going around, and that will bring out our first caution of the race. And he does keep it out of the wall, no contact. And remember when I said that the track was slick? Well, you're going to get a good view here. It's coming off, and it just goes around for no reason. That is one thing about Iowa. We've seen that here the other night in the Truck Series as well, and it is continuing here as we ride on board with the 96. So it goes around. So Skylar Allen brings out the first caution. Everybody going to start stacking them back up. Possibly we could see pit stops here. Oh, hey there, Jesse and Benjamin. Oh, you all could hear them? Huh. That's strange. Yeah, the setup's really loose. I've noticed that as well. Been a little strange to see that. See the 29 coming down pit road, and also John Morris. It looks like the 02 has already been on pit road. He was actually one lap down because where he did not get his laps in. So we are having some green or yellow flag. The 14, the 96 coming down. Skyler going to put the brakes on. Go ahead and let Eric go ahead of him. Pit road could be very tight trying to get in, especially coming around right here on this corner. Especially for that 60, the 29, the 05. They could be in for a tough night on pit road, depending on what happens. So we'll see who wins the race off this battle. It looks like 29 of Lee Grandy is going to win that. The GoDaddy Chevrolet. John Morris will come off after him. And then Eric Burley, Skylar Allen works out as well. So the pace lights are on for the first time. Also, I want to mention, we was supposed to have a new overlay tonight. I still haven't got it back from the guy that's coding it. Hopefully it'll be soon. It looks like we got somebody else coming down pit road. Brandon Puffkin-Bardner coming in. But hopefully he'll be done soon. If not, I have started working on my own, kind of the same way he was going to do it. And I'm starting to learn it a little bit. It's just trying to be patient with it. It's very tough. It's a tough one to build. So hopefully we'll have that by next week for sure. If he don't have his done, I'll try to get mine up and running. It's just a lot of patience involved with messing with the overlays. This race, by the way, sponsored by Lazy Dayz Racing. Anybody out there looking for a team, make sure you check them out. And you can also check out Center Force Racing, by the way. I like giving my own team a shout out. We work really close with Lazy Dayz. They're a good group of guys. And Jesse, what are you doing here, sir? What? No. I don't want to hear that. I know better than that. If that's true though, man, that sucks. Let's didn't think about that. You're a good guy. Hopefully it'll work out good, I hope. Waiting on a pace lights to go off here at Iowa. Pace speed's very slow. We watched Tyler Cox lead this field around. Just looking through the field, you can see Aaron Fowler there in that number 4 orange car. Right by now, Curtis Martin. I don't think we actually have our chase cams actually set up close. Let's see if we can get them set up real fast. There we go. Starting to double them up. There's Jeremy Rigney and the number 11. I love that car, by the way. I'm not a Kyle Larson fan, but I actually like that car. Jeff Smith. Lee Grandy. Austin Marion in the 65. Eric Borelli in the 14. Also, John Morris was up there in the Waffle House car. Skylar Allen and Brandon. About to go green as we work off the backstretch. This car is really tough to drive, though. Ever since the lower downforces came on, these cars have been really hard to drive. I've noticed that for the last few weeks. We're about to wait on the pace car to go in as the first caution about to be complete. There it goes. And we are green flag now. Green flag, and the 4 got a really good start there. He did the same thing Tyler Cox did. Going to be side by side with him as we work into one. Tyler Cox clearing it a little bit further back. You can see Jeremy Rigney now battling James Finn. Curtis Martin does take over third officially. A little bit further back, we are pretty much single file now starting to work out. Up front, Tyler Cox goes around, collects the 4 and into the wall, and that's going to end a lot of people's nights. There was a lot of people taken out during that one. See what happened here one more time. We go up to the blimp cam. See the 16 definitely involved, the 4 involved. The 11 gets a little bit of damage. He spins. The 05 to 60. Wow. Alright, that took out a lot of good cars. Wow, so first caution comes out. Aaron Fowler coming up here with a lot of damage. Curtis Martin going to take over the lead. The 29 of Lee Grandy is behind him. He does got a little bit of damage on the right front. Looks like Austin Marion also there. His car looks okay. The 02 getting the wave around. Jeff Wubker, I thought, took some damage. I thought. No, don't look so. See a lot of marbles up top though. Skylar Allen almost got collected. Good job by him avoiding it. Guys, we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved in that wreck. Wow, that took a lot of good cars out. Wow, well, I don't really know what to say, guys. That took out most of our field. And we're only going to be really down to cars without damage. Only 5 cars without damage. Possibly 6. You see the 4. He still should be fast, I would think. If Thursday was any indication, then we know the damage won't hurt you too bad here. Just looking right now. Wow, there was a lot of people caught up in that, man. We will be right back, guys, after a quick break.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder, what's it going to feel like? You know, it was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. You know, my thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by it. You're sitting low, you got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshields at steep angles, you can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
We're back here, about to go green. I went up there and talked to Tyler to find out what happened. And no excuse, he said. He said the whole thing just went around for no reason. Kind of like what happened to Skylar Allen. He said he thought he had it saved and probably overcorrected a little bit, he said. And yeah, it just went straight around, which is extremely odd. So that happens, I guess. But unfortunately for a lot of guys, it's going to be hurting. But one guy's misfortune is a lot of guys' treasure, because Curtis Martin takes the lead. And Lee Granty is up there in second. Jeff Wepker, Skylar Allen in fourth. And the 29 land back a little bit. And we're green, and the 29 gets wheel spin and gets a lot of damage from the back of Skylar Allen, who did not get going. 29 struggling a little bit here on the restart. And look here, we got 3 wide. Curtis Martin caught in the middle. This is not good. 29 takes the lead. Lead goes up to the front after getting that wheel spin. Wow, that's amazing. Further back, Skylar Allen battling Jeff Wepker for second place. Skylar now with some front end damage and possibly 6X on that car, because he did spin and didn't get to run in. Remember, if you get 12X, you are done. And however, he takes over second place, but you got to keep in mind, if that damage that nose, it could heat up a little bit. So you got to keep an eye on your temps here as the run goes on. Eric Borelli sliding up the track, but it looks like he's going to be okay for now. Jeremy Rigney battling the 65. Somebody's around, by the way. Looks like the 29. Wow, our leader went around. See what happened to him real fast. Yep, just lost at the same place everybody else did. We stayed green. Skylar Allen takes the lead. Out of turn 4. And last time by, he was the fastest out on track too. Wow. A lot of guys struggling right now though. It's just all about trying not to go around, as Skylar Allen's going to have his handfuls. He's got a long ways to go before he wins this one. Watching the 11. And up front, I thought we had a battle going on. I lied. Last time by, it was Skylar Allen, Jeff Wepker, Curtis Martin, your fastest in the field. I take that back. James Finn was out there as well. Eric Borelli slowly is trying to run down the 09. Let's hop on board here. With the 14 car. You can see up in front of him, Jeff Wepker starting to work a little bit on Curtis Martin. We do got a battle slowly starting to close up for second place and for third, as Borelli's starting to run down Wepker. Last time by, it was Curtis Martin fastest on track. I take that back. I lied. It was Jeremy Rigney fastest last time by, and Austin Marion. And here goes the 03. He's going to go around in the grass. Can he save it, or will he slide back up on track? He's going to save it, and we're going to have a caution. I think, unless he spins around real fast, he is going to get it back down to grass, so we're going to stay green for now. Well, I'm actually surprised the caution didn't fly there. As you see the 02, Brandon Puffenberg, they're working around him. Skylar Allen does stay in the lead. Trying to run down Curtis now, and Curtis going to have a little bit of work to do to try to stay in front of that 96. Around with Jeremy Rigney working on at the back of the 14 car of Eric Borelli, who is riding in third right now. You can see the nose a little bit pushed up on the 11 or 14 car. We work down into 1 at right front, just a little bit banged up. Maybe had contact with the wall, maybe from that wreck from earlier. Jeff Webker slowly starting to reel in Skylar Allen now, as we see here the 14 trying to hold on to third. And there goes the 11. He's going to go for a spin in the grass. And no caution will come out as okay. Now a caution comes out, which is odd. So the 11 brings out the caution. Here for the third time. To be honest, I think I would have probably pulled it forward just a little bit, but I don't think the caution actually came out until he went back around again right there. And then the caution came out. Meanwhile, Skylar Allen happy to see this caution probably get some of that damage fixed, so we'll be watching the pit stops here as pit road is open. So pit stops are underway for the 4 guys that came down. Looks like 5 guys that came down. Sorry, a couple other guys now on there as well. Skylar Allen with a little bit slower pit stop. Jeff Wupker with a good stop. However, Skylar going to win the race off pit road, followed by Jeff. Eric Borelli comes out behind them. The 03 and the 29. The 65, Austin Marion stays out. Don't know if I really like to call it. He don't either, so he's going to pull it down and take the points. So Skylar Allen going to take back the lead here on lap number 29 of the 188. And looking out on track, Skylar currently with the fastest lap out of the last little segment that we just ran. I believe that was a 17-lap run, give or take a little bit on that. Skylar had the fastest lap out of the drivers that was out there. We'll see if the damage actually does hurt him. That restart from the 29 car got his front end bent up just a little bit. We'll take a real close look here at it and see if he's got any. Hard to see from there. He's got a little bit on the splitter. His nose don't look too bad anymore, but it ain't really hurting him, it don't seem like, as he is still our leader right now. It's going to be interesting to see, as we've seen already 4 cars just in that little run get sideways and almost lose it. Track very slick early on, and a lot of people thought that the track was going to tighten up. It really did not tighten up too much during that short of a run from what we've seen. As you see the 11 go around Jeremy Rigney a second ago. And he was also on the same amount of tires as Skylar and all them. So Skylar Allen starting out in front. Jeff Wupker will be starting in second here on this restart. Eric Borelli, Curtis Martin back in fourth, Lee Granty, Jeremy Rigney in 6th place, John Morris in 7th, Austin Marion, is in 8th place, 9th place, Aaron Fowler, and Brandon Puffenbarger is 1 lap down. No, he will get to wave rail, so he will be back on the lead lap as well. James Finn showing 10 laps down, still on pit road, and Jeff Schmidt also on pit road. Only car completely out of the race, Tyler Cox, completely out after he overcorrected and nosed it into the wall. Sorry, Tyler. Gridding them up. Well, this is pretty interesting because Skylar Allen, who we never see in a Chevy, is driving a Chevy and he's out front. So, Skylar, if you're listening, you might want to think about switching to the Chevy permanently. And green flag back out. And here we go. Jeff Lupker trying to hold on a second. Here comes the 14 of Borelli. Looking to the inside. Don't think he's going to be able to get there just yet. Skylar Allen battling back on the outside. These guys are really close to banging off each other's doors. And there goes the 14 of Borelli going to go around. And caution flag will fly once again here on lap 33. See what happened. Running beside Curtis Martin and just gets loose off 4, like a lot of other people have. With that said, guys, we're going to switch over and go to commercial. Be right back. back here, getting ready to go back green. It looks like the caution lights are back on, so they're going to delay the green. However, we are back here for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Xfinity Series here at Iowa. 188 laps. We got 36 of them complete. And I said at the start of the show, and I posted on Facebook, that a lot of cars are going to slide, and a lot of cars are having trouble here. Well, we're seeing that. And you're seeing drivers that can survive out there in it. These drivers that you're seeing right now out on track. And I really mean this with the utmost respect. Skylar's had some bad luck. Everybody knows that. But for the most part, the drivers that you see out there are drivers that usually survive through the wrecks. Curtis Martin being one of them, Jeff Wupker, Aaron Fowler, Jeremy Rigney. So, you know, take it however you want, but it's interesting to see a lot of this. So, we'll see as we wait for the pace car to drop off here in just a moment. I was really surprised on how slick his track is. I talked to Curtis just a minute ago. He said the track is really almost undrivable. He says like on ice pretty much. And but he is currently up to third right now, so we'll see how this works out. Waiting for the green flag to drop. Skylar Allen leading us to the green. Has led about to be 21 laps. Pace car is in. Green flag is about out, and Wupker is not caught up. Green flag is out, and we're back to racing. Wow, what a gap. 09 did not go. And it looks like here comes the 03 working underneath the 09 as Skylar gets clear. Jeff Wupker able to clear Curtis. Lee Grandy is now working. Here comes that 4, by the way. Keep your eye on Aaron Fowler. He's not done yet. As he moves into the top 4 now. He's fast. He's got a lot of that damage repaired, so I don't think Aaron's done yet. As he does get loose out of turn 4, going to save it. There goes the 11. He's going to slide back to the inside and hit the wall, and that may actually end his night as he is blown up. So the 11 of Jeremy Rigney out here early once again at Iowa, and another car becomes another victim of this track. So he's going to have some extensive repairs to do on that car. As you see the smoke on the back stretch. Here goes the 29 in the wall and collects Aaron Fowler and Curtis Martin. And another big one. And you can see, wow, Aaron is done. It looks like the 29 is done. Curtis actually net codes through them, it looks like. So he's going to be okay with that. Actually very lucky he net coded through them. We're right on board. You'll see that 04 or that 4 go for a wild ride here at Iowa, and there it is. Wow. So caution comes out again on lap 41. Skylar Allen leading the way still. And with that, guys, I just want to mention that we are down to 7 cars now in the race. So with that, 3 cars stay out. Skylar Allen Sr., Jeff Wupker, Curtis Martin stays out. Austin Marion off pit road. Eric Borelli off of pit road. Actually, he's on pit road still. He's just about to pull out. There he goes. Brandon Puffenbarger is off of pit road as well. So that's 6. So 7 cars are on the lead lap here now, as a lot of cars are done for this race. That is for sure. Guys, I hate keep taking commercials, but there's not a lot to talk about under caution. We will have a trivia question. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We'll go ahead and give a trivia question. Why not? Actually, I agree. Yeah, the truck race was You know, it was unique in its own sense, but the Xfinity cars are really having trouble. I'm very surprised to see that. Skylar Allen definitely want to stay out here again. Let's see if I can find this. Alright guys, here's you a question, I think. I may lie. Trying to see it. There we go. No, we won't ask that one because that's a weird question. I will find you all a question in just a second while we're pacing. Alright, I asked the other day I asked during the Truck Series who won the most popular drivers championship, I think. So I just want to ask this, once I find it. Who has the most wins at Iowa Speedway? I will give you a hint. Both of them are Cup drivers. There is two answers. It's not just one. It is a two-part question. Who has the most wins? Both of them are tied at Iowa Speedway. Yeah, Aaron, you had a great car. Every race you got caught up in had nothing to do with you. That's sad. You was really quick, man. I was hoping to see you up there. So we're about to go back green. As the Ford Mustang pace car, I really wish they let us have the truck already. Come on, iRacing. The Ford Mustang pace car is about to drop in. Skylar Allen leading us to the green flag. Pace car pulls in. Only 7 cars out on track. First time we've ever seen this, guys. Green flag out. Back to racing here at Iowa, and Jeff Walker around the outside of the 65. Austin Marion as we try to stay green. Everybody looks like they're okay for now. 09 is really starting to try to run down Skylar here on his second run. Keep your eye on that 02 as well. He didn't have much practice, but he's starting to work here as he looks to the inside here at Boston, going down into turn 1. 97 going to go high and collect some of the wall and keep going. He does have a little bit of damage, however, now. Should not hurt him too much, but Brandon still trying to get to the inside of that 65 car. Lazy Dayz racing on the hood of this car. Here comes a good run from that 02. 3 different grooves we're seeing right now. 3 different distinct lines. Running high, running middle, running low. Here we go to the bottom. 65 trying to put a pass on the 09. Not going to happen. This may open the door for that 02 to Brandon to get to the high side of the 65 and put a pass as they're side by side going into turn 3. And it looks like the 65 of Austin going to be able to clear. And this is not going to get good. Almost contact, but still side by side as we drag race to turn 1. Up front, Jeff Lubker takes the lead over Skylar Allen. While that's going on, the battle for second, third heating up still. And it looks like Brandon able to take second place away. And here goes Jeff Lubker. He's going to do a great save as we go into turn 3. Wow. That was amazing. That's going to give it back to Skylar Allen, who's got his hands full now as he looks behind him, sees his Lazy Dayz racing teammate Brandon Puffenberger, and trying to get up there. Last time by he was faster. Not the fastest out on track, however, as we got a bad wreck. Skylar Allen into the wall. And he will be out of this race as a caution flies, and that's going to be disappointing. It looks like the 1497 also collected. Looks like the 96 may have just got loose. Yep, he did. Did the same thing that happened with Tyler Cox. And what's happened up here in front of them? Wow. So this shakes everything else up. I asked the question, who has the most wins at Iowa? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 1. The other one is Brad Keselowski, both with 3. Good guesses, though. Chris Buescher, really good guess. You know you're racing. I'll give you that. That was actually a very good guess. 97 going to stay out. Don't know if I totally agree with that call because he does have damage. However, we're down to 6 cars now as Skylar Allen on pit road. He's going to have some damage to get fixed. We'll see if he's able to get back out. I don't quite know if he is or can get back out, but we'll find out. Alright guys, we'll be right back. Back here at Iowa Speedway, about to get going. We are down to a lot of less cars. Started with 14, or down to 6. As we've seen Skylar Allen crash a second harder to the outside wall after leading a lot of laps. And guys, to be honest, we're not even halfway done, and this could be the first time we've ever seen something like this happen, and it's not funny by any means, so it's very strange, and it's definitely not the go fast guys, I promise. It is the track, because these guys know how to drive, but this is something we're not used to seeing at all. You can see the pace lights are out on the pace car. So we're about to go back green. It's going to be the 02 of Brandon Puffenberger and Curtis Martin, 1 and 2. Third is going to be Austin Marion. Fourth, Jeff Webker, Eric Burley, and John Morris. And pace car is off, and we're green flag side by side as we work into turn number 1. Looks like Brandon's going to be able to clear the 03 for now. Here comes that 65 to compete, not going to be able to get there. Curtis now running hard on the back bumper down into turn number 3. He's looking to take the lead as we race into turn number 4 out of 4, and it's still going to be the 02 at the line. Something that I see the 02 is doing, he's actually running that high line, which is something we haven't seen a ton of people do. He's even running it in 1 and 2, which is a little bit interesting, and I thought somebody was going around there. I'm going to bring in Derek Pemberton, who is going to finish off the broadcast with me. And Derek, good to have you in the booth. Have you seen some of this racing?
No, I have not actually. I'm actually trying to get into the session now.
Do you know
you're some pretty good racing?
Do you? You know how many cars are left? 6 cars, Derek. Everybody having trouble. It is something. Skylar's in here now. I can ask him. Skylar, it ain't the drivers. I want to point that out. I keep stressing that out over the broadcast. It's not the drivers. It's the track and the car. It's not working, it seems like. You was out there. You actually had the trouble as well. Same thing that happened to Tyler Cox. What just happened to you?
Oh, man. You know, I think, I hate to say that I'm cursed, but every time I'm running well, it seems like the car doesn't react the way it should. And getting between 3 and 4, man, the rear of the car kind of started to step out to the right, so I gave it just a little bit of wheel input to the right. And when I did, man, it really snapped and nosed into the wall. And I think I made a slight contact with a 03, so I think he's about on his. He's
out.
Way down.
Yep.
Oh, he's out.
Yep.
I guess maybe he. I don't know what happened there. But
yeah, I just noticed that too. Huh.
I must not be live on what I'm watching.
I didn't see him wreck. He must have got a little bit of wall contact, I'm guessing. Maybe hit that X limit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know I seen him up. He spun down through the pits, and I think maybe he just decided he was done.
And also, looks like the 97 just spun or missed something, but he is going again, and he's back going. Wow, this is one crazy race. And like I said, guys, for people that know it, watch Go Fast Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. This is something completely different. The race here Thursday we had 10 cautions, the most ever. So it ain't the drivers, it's the track. I mean, it's carried over to the Xfinity as well. And I mean,
yeah, this place is really tough to drive.
It is.
Man, that 14 car, man, everything bad that could happen has been happening.
Yeah,
right
I
in
agree.
front of him. It's all been right in front of him. And it seems like he's been just with the 97. It happened, whatever happened with the 97 happened right in front of him. So it's going to be interesting to see. I know there's not many cars left, but it's going to be definitely interesting to see how the rest of this kind of plays out. We've got, just a handful of cars left out on the track. So
well, what makes it interesting is all the cars that's left out there, only one of them currently has a win this season. And that is Eric. So that makes it really interesting. We're going to see a different winner unless something happens. Eric does get up there and win. And he's fast. I mean, he's really fast. So
yeah, he's fast. I know when I was out leading, I felt like at one point, like, when they all pitted on that last run, before the last restart, I felt like they were definitely catching me. I had kind of committed to my strategy and was going to try to play it out, and unfortunately it didn't work.
wow.
I mean, how bad it is out here. We normally have numerous drivers finishing in our races with zero contact. We have one driver on the track with zero contact so far.
And you know what's strange about that? The driver with zero contact is Brandon, correct?
No, it's
Really?
actually Jeff Lubker.
Really? Wow.
Brandon looks like he has 6.
What's interesting about Brandon's situation, though, he's leading, but you know he was a lap down to start. So that's very interesting to see that. Now you see the 97 going high here, letting Jeff and the 65 of Austin around him.
So I know this is kind of a weird question, but I mean, how many short tracks have y'all been to this year?
3? Yeah, 3.
Bristol, Richmond, Martinsville, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah, you can count Phoenix.
So if you combine, let's just say we combine Bristol and Martinsville together, would they even accumulate anywhere close to what this
No.
has shown?
No. I can vouch for that. Yeah, I can vouch for that.
No, Martinsville was a relatively clean run.
4 cautions, I think.
I think Bristol we only had 3.
Somebody blew up, by the way.
It's been,
Oh, the 29. It's back out and blew
was
up.
pretty heavily
Yeah.
damaged. You had alluded to the 20, or you'd alluded to Brandon being a lap down in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was actually a self-policing penalty
For not having the laps, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He policed himself on that situation, and don't get me wrong, we're grateful, when drivers do that.
Yeah. But you got to give him credit, though. I mean, like, I had no idea his I rating was that high either. He's at a 3,400 I rating.
Fun fact for you here. Tonight's the first laps that I have led, not
I know.
yellow.
I know. You was excited. You came in here in the commercial and told me about it.
Yeah, I was having fun. I mean, I was having fun. I think I'd led 20 laps to that point.
Yeah.
I was having a good time, and all of a sudden just...
But Skyler, I know exactly how you feel. That's how I felt. That's how I felt at Charlotte for the CFR League when I got up front and actually led a couple laps. I was the happiest I could be, just sitting there, just not having to follow anyone else, just get to lead the pack, and then of course yellow, but still.
We got to race
it's a great feeling.
I was setting the pace, and on the first run that I took the lead, I was actually pulling away.
Yeah, you looked really good on that first run.
I was pulling away. I was, what had happened, Derek, to get you caught up? I'd hollered at the 29 and said, I'm going to push you past Curtis Martin on the restart. I got in, started pushing him, and he hit the brakes. And I thought I was going to be done because I damaged the nose a little bit, but I was actually really fast. Well, Curtis got loose. I got up behind Grandy. Then he got loose. I assumed the lead and started to kind of check out a little bit.
Yeah, you was out to over a second lead.
Yeah,
which is strange.
For a second lead.
It just don't make no sense why these cars are so snappy. Now we're in a long run, and yeah, I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of cars, but we're in a longer run, 25 laps, and you're seeing that the cars do start handling better.
Yeah, they do, but you got to get really deep into that run.
Exactly.
And just about the time that you're getting comfortable, you're getting settled, you're calm, cool, and collected.
Something happens.
That's kind of what happened. What it was Thursday night in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, is their leader about get loose coming out of 4? It would take it a little while for the truck to get settled down, and then after that, you could just drive it just about anywhere. And I mean,
I tried driving here this week in the official series on iRacing. It's daytime for the trucks, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not doing another race this week in the trucks. It is.
I still gotta do one of those.
It is absolutely good Lord. I don't see. I mean, it's a handful.
All right. Well, I'm gonna join you guys back here in a bit.
Okay, man. Watching the 65 of Austin get underneath Jeff Webker for second. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff happening, guys. I'm going to be honest. There's not. You know, there ain't a lot to really broadcast with only four drivers actually on the lead lap. But everybody's had them races, and I'm not, like I said, it's not them. Every wreck that we have seen is not because of contact with somebody. It's because the car got loose and either blew up and another car got collected just being in it, or they took herself out. I mean, it's not the drivers, it's honestly the track. Every driver in here right now is great.
And honestly, and I know this sounds, I mean, I know it's going to be kind of one of those things, but that's short track racing.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that is honestly, I mean, of course, Thursday night, you know, we had our yellows, but we saw a lot of cars finish the race.
You know, and I want to show a little bit of something here, and this is a little bit different, okay? To show everybody that these guys know how to drive here. 10 out of the 14 drivers that are in this race are all A class. The rest of them are B class. All but one is a C class driver. You know what I mean? I mean, they know how to drive this car. It ain't, you know, it's the track.
And that says a lot. And, you know, I think honestly what it is, I mean, I know you said you ran it this week. I mean, this track is just so bumpy.
It's a pain.
Honestly, I think it's the Auto Club backstretch.
Yeah. All
the way around this racetrack. And honestly, I fault that on iRacing because they need to fit their stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
But I honestly think if they were to go back in and repave this racetrack, this track would be a lot of fun to race.
It would remind me a lot of a smaller Kentucky. Honestly.
That's actually how I was kind of trying to drive Iowa.
Yeah, you kind of drive it like that in a way.
Yeah. And that's and also another track that they need to look into. Honestly, let's just be real here. Almost all the tracks iRacing needs to read.
Yeah, and that's honest. You know, I think if the fans ain't honest about it, and that includes us, I'm a fan of iRacing. If we're not honest about it, then...
Oh, our leader almost got collected in that.
Who was it? 29's out?
It was an orange car.
I don't know.
Unless I try to... James Finn.
Really?
He is numerous laps down here. Let me see. He is 50 laps down and spun right in front of our leader here.
Oh, yeah.
Just on the front straightaway here.
Here we go, James Finn coming off 4. And that's exactly what everybody else has done. Same thing. What you just witnessed is how everybody else is wrecked.
Do you remember the wreck that happened Thursday night between, I can't even think who it was, Eric Spence, and when he was battling Benjamin Nelson coming out of 4, he broke loose so late. Yep. And that's, you see,
that's Iowa.
You broke.
That's Iowa.
And that's just it. And the thing is, you know, when you hear about people talking about breaking loose, you know, you're breaking loose maybe mid-corner, maybe a little bit on the late side. But they're breaking loose so late in the corner. Pretty much he was on the straightaway when he broke.
When I was watching Tyler Cox, who was in the lead earlier, for people that's watching, I'm catching Derek up a little bit. Tyler started second. Aaron Fowler started first. But both of them guys was really fast. We know that. And Tyler was in the center of the corner, and Skyler was fast as well. Skyler did the same thing a minute ago. But that is the 4th or 5th driver I've seen that was a little overcorrect. I don't want to say overcorrected, but I think that is what it would be called. I know Tyler overcorrected for sure. But as soon as he just slightly changes the steering input just a little bit, the whole car whips around straight into the wall.
Yep.
And I mean, it's... and honestly, I think if it was a different track, like, you know, we just mentioned Kentucky, kind of similar to this track as far as how the layout is and stuff like that. Yeah, it's smaller by a lot, but, you know, the layout kind of similar is that. I think you could save a car like that a lot easier than what you could here.
Yeah, definitely.
Eric Pirelli stayed out to lead a lap there.
I don't blame him at all.
Well, I mean, there's 4 cars left.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all.
Starting 4th, so why the heck not?
Yeah, I agree completely. Brandon did take 4 tires. Eric on pit road. Everybody else took 4 tires. Austin Marin actually had to take some damage repair. 33 seconds of repairs there on his car. So, I think Eric has got something for. I think Eric and Jeff. I think all of them still have. Any one of these drivers can win. I think. Sure, I do got some bad news for you, though. Now I'm looking at it. James Finn's back out on track, and honestly, he does have a chance to pass you.
Shut up.
Not by much.
Hold
but
up, let me get this race. Hold up, I can surpass half these guys.
16, 14 laps.
yeah.
How much damage I got?
You need to.
Oh, hold up.
You need to go like 30 laps and you're good.
More damage.
Hold up, I could just come in now and I could have a top 5.
Right?
Just finish it out, yeah. That's crazy though, man.
You,
Gummit Chick-fil-A making me late. What is wrong with y'all?
Hey, don't.
hey, that's my primary.
I'm about to say, don't be talking about Chick-fil-A.
Talking about Chick-fil-A now.
Hey, I've been a proud employee for 6 months. I love it and all, but they just caused me in the midst of a race where I could potentially have a top 5 right now.
You should have told him. You should have told him. You know, Skylar Allen. They sponsor him, and or should I say, Skylar sponsors them by putting their name on his truck.
Right.
I was about to say, Adam. Oh, I got a story to tell you once we get a chance.
Hey, so
I got a story for you, Mr. I wrecked a guy once.
he thought that was done.
Does everyone know the full
Yes.
name right now?
Everybody knows your full name now.
I heard it. I heard it, man.
It takes like 6 years.
Derek, I wrecked a guy once. The dirt, the wall, the blinker, or something Blinkerton.
No, it's Derek the Wall, wrecked a guy once, tried to hook Benjamin Nelson, the dirt, hit a tree, blew up a car.
Hey, Adam.
Hey,
Blinkerton.
Take a gander up at Spotter 2 channel.
I got an idea. Still pro. What's he? Oh. he's protesting you, Skylar.
Well, not me. The short of it, at the restart after I wrecked, he thought that the field got stacked up, and I looked at it. I didn't really see anything that said it was, but he apparently is still protesting.
He laughed after he put it. He wanted you to see it first. Curtis, I know you're watching the broadcast.
Well, if he's watching, tell him to get in here and join us.
Yeah.
So, who's ready? Are you going to make it next week, Derek, or are you going to be working then, too?
I can't believe
Daytona,
I'm
Derek.
every single day.
Daytona, Derek.
Daytona, Derek.
Oh, no, I already used my sick day. I should have waited to use it next week.
We got, just in the Xfinity series coming up, we got Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire. I had them all memorized. Hold on. Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire, Indy, and then we're back here to Iowa.
Oh, you come back here? They come back here twice?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did not know they came back here twice.
5 weeks.
Well, okay, so here's how I looked at if I wasn't working, potential win. Potential win.
Wall.
Myself,
Wreck a person.
Indy. Probably dump Skylar again.
Actually, after we come back to Iowa, we go road racing.
That's going to be fun.
I will make sure I'm either in the broadcast booth or I'm working that day.
That's going to be a fun race. I love, especially when we go to Road America. I'm so looking forward to that.
In the month, well, if you're going to make sure you're in the booth, Derek, for that day, you better make sure you're in the booth 3 of the 4 race weekends of August for the Xfinity Series.
That is a tough schedule.
Our Xfinity Series for August goes Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, which Mid-Ohio is the one I'm probably least excited for.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we go from 2 road courses, you know, kind of all sprawled out. We're going to rack them up like cue balls and stick them inside Bristol again. And then we go stretch it back out to Road America. So, and then we come back into our throwback weekend, which is going to be fun.
I do know, by the way, we're going to be unrevealing Derek's paint here soon for the throwback weekend.
Right on.
Yeah, we've been working on it, and he chose one he liked a lot, and we'll be unrevealing it here soon. Are you doing that for the K&N as well, the throwback? Because I was asked about that.
The drivers can if they want.
Right.
The throwback contest is strictly on the Xfinity Series side.
Right. Yeah, I know Joe Burchett is running a throwback for the K&N, and he was hoping he could get off for the Saturday race as well, because he was wanting to run one.
Yep, and as of right now, which we're working with a couple more sponsors to pitch a bit in, but I think we've secured 50 clams to pay out to the winner of a.
We might be able to throw something in as well for that for us. That'd be pretty cool.
It's going to be driver voted. meaning each driver is going to have one vote.
Right.
And they can't vote for themselves.
Correct. They cannot vote for themselves. So today it was proposed to me, well, what if there's a tie? And I'm like, how would there be okay, fine. So, in the interest of fairness, if there's a tie, Adam will be the tiebreaker.
Oh, that's cool. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, dear Lord Jesus, if you're hearing me right now, please let me die.
Wow, there's a problem, though, Skylar.
Hold on.
Wow, Eric just passed it. Eric Borelli gets around the 09, by the way, guys.
Here's the catch to that. No, Adam technically doesn't cast a vote. The viewers cast the vote.
I like that.
Adam.
I like that. I like that a lot.
My CFR brethren come together.
The reason why I like that, and I be fair whenever I do anything. I try my best to. Yeah, sometimes I talk about my drivers sometimes too much because they're my team. But you know, if I felt like say Derek goes out and runs the paint and I chose Derek, you know what I mean? It takes away that. So
Right.
I like the idea of having a fan thing like that.
That's why it's not a Derek choice. Or not a Adam choice.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not an Adam choice. It goes to anybody watching the broadcast.
I like
They get
that.
to make the pick. And you know, some of them might pick whoever because it's their favorite, or they might pick it for this reason or that reason.
But that's part of it.
You know, it's part of it,
Yeah.
and you know, it'll be what it is. And I've already had probably 5 of the guys tell me, well, if I win, just dump it back into the league. Just dump it back into the league.
Oh, nothing wrong with that at all.
And so, you know, that's what we'll do. And
Derek's like, if I win, you're giving it to me. He's like, yeah.
Okay, I will divide it up. 50% goes to CFR, 10% goes to Go Fast, and the last 40% goes to me.
Wait a minute. Back up here. Why wouldn't it be 50% to GFR, and then 40 to CFR, and then 10 to you? Because you wouldn't have got the money. Hold on, because I got a logic here. Because without GFR, you would have got it.
He's got a point on that one, though. He does get a point.
Without CFR and whoever's doing your paint,
you wouldn't have nothing.
So that's why they get 40, and then you get 10% just because you wrecked a guy once.
I did want to mention real fast, guys, this is completely off what we're talking about. Eric Borelli really making a charge here right now. He was in the 4th, up to 2nd now, and his lap time's way faster than everybody else.
Yeah, he's cutting approximately is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, he was faster that time by half a tenth, and that was more than 2 laps before. So he's found something. I think all these guys have found out how to drive this place now.
Yeah, and
just as you say that, great save.
Yeah, I agree.
Who saved it?
65, Austin. Great save.
I mean, he was looking at his pit box.
You're not lying. Wow, that was a replay. Good Lord. Meanwhile, up front, Eric Borelli, 5 tenths faster last time by, has closed the gap now under a second and closing. That'd be a big win for Eric. It would be a big win for Brandon too, though.
He'd win his 2nd race of the year.
Yeah. Who wants it more, in your honest mind? Who needs it more? Brandon, in my opinion, right? Brandon needs it more since he hasn't won, I would guess.
Yeah.
Who has the most pressure on him right now, though? I think
Brandon.
I think so too.
Eric's
Yeah.
got to win. He's already locked in the chase.
I think so too.
No, not that I've ever been in this situation before, but you can't laugh at me. I mean,
it's Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, right now Brandon, he's been out for how many laps now, probably?
He's been out there for a while, 56, so he's going to have the most laps led out of everybody in here tonight, no matter what happens now.
And that's just it. And if he does not end up going on to win this race, that'll hurt him.
Yeah, and I'm sorry,
that'll hurt him worse.
I was wrong about that. He does have the most laps led, however, it can still change with the most laps led.
Brandon Puffenberger just ran the fastest lap that last lap.
I noticed that. Maybe he was taking it easy a little bit, possibly, or
And now that I'm starting to get to see data, do you realize I ran the 3rd fastest
Yes.
lap of the race?
Yes, I did. What kind of live timing? What kind of timing screen do you? What kind of timing screen do you use?
I'm using SimApps.
Oh, we got a problem. Eric Borelli. No. Yeah, Eric Borelli.
Oh no.
And it looks like he just spun it where you did. It don't look like he's got damage. Yep, just spun
he
it.
went to the grass.
Just spun it all 4.
Oh well.
Like we've seen a lot of people do.
And right there, like I was talking about, he broke a lot earlier in the corner. Or, well, he broke a lot earlier in the
Wupker,
last
wow.
lap.
Wupker almost just about killed both of them.
Yeah, he did it a little later in the corner than what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That was a good good job by Jeff as well, not to get into him. So a caution comes out. Do what?
They're pitting here.
Yeah, for sure. They was out there 22 laps on that run, so yeah.
You're gonna see all the. There's only 4 cars on Lily Lap. You're gonna see them all come down pit road.
Every stop.
How many yellows does that make it now?
It ain't actually.
162.5.
I'm gonna be honest though, it's actually not as much as the truck race. Only 8 so far.
With 77 to go.
With 77 to go, yeah. By the way, also 65 misses pit box had to back up a little bit, so it could hurt him there on exit. We'll find out if it hurts him. He's only going to lose 1 spot, and he'll just go back to 4th. So it's not actually going to hurt him. The race all pit road is going to go to the 02 and then the 09, and then 65.
04 came up with Jack before the 65.
I feel like I know what happened to me tonight. I'm in a Chevy. What was wrong?
You know what's funny though? You're going to kill me for when I say this. When you was out front, right before you wrecked, about 7 laps, I was like, Skylar Allen leading a lot of laps tonight in a Chevy. I think he should stick to that. And as soon as I say that, you wreck.
I think my problem is I was in a Chevy.
I think it could be actually now.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with driving a Chevy.
Wait, what's leading though?
Well, I mean, unless you're going to get pulled home by... If you're driving a Chevy, you're likely to get pulled home by a Ford.
Oh my goodness. Don't you listen to this guy.
So, Brandon Huffenberger, the thing is, I'm a Ford guy. I'm a Ford guy. But when it comes to racing, I will not drive a Ford.
You know what I am? I am whatever goes fast. I don't really care.
To be honest, I in all fairness, I'm not really a
one car manufacturer.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
When it comes to racing, I like my Toyota.
Yeah, you're a fan of Kyle Busch, so.
No. When it comes to my personal everyday driver, I drive a Honda, and my beast is a Chevy Tahoe.
There you go.
I laugh. I say a Ford pulling a Chevy home, but in all reality, last Sunday it was the opposite. I was cruising home in my Tahoe with a Ford Explorer on the trailer.
Oh, I know about them Ford Explorers messing up, man. I've had 2 break down on me. I know. Whew.
What was funny about it was, so we get this Tahoe loaded, or this Explorer loaded on the back of my Tahoe. We're leaving Wichita, Kansas, and my brother's like, MF, get off our hind parts. And I'm like, what? He's like, oh, we're being tailgated.
You know what I might be able to do?
That is a truck on a trailer right behind me.
I was sitting here thinking, I'm going to look at it before I go into any more, and I'll let you know, Skylar. I think we can actually have live voting. We can't. I can post it on the broadcast.
Sweet.
And people can choose the driver's number. I'll put all the driver's numbers, and they'll just choose the car number that they like.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
I think I'm gonna get a top 10 tonight, though.
Yeah, I think you will too. Not bad at all.
I think I can get a top 6. I just crew's gotta hurry up and get their job done.
Well, you've been out there for 33 minutes now. You already passed the 5-minute clock.
Yeah. That 5-minute clock not expired. No, I got 3 minutes, and I think I can get this thing back out on the track. 62 laps down as of now, but 74 to go. That's just enough time to go out and pass Lee,
a few,
Curtis, and John.
Yeah, that'd make you happy, wouldn't it?
Lee is still in the race. John is not. I don't know if Lee is on track. I think he's still in the pit box right in front of my car. But he's the only one don't connect it. So,
real fast, if anybody's interested, it looks like William Byron's going to go on and win the Xfinity race. Tom Majeski, reason why I'm mentioning this is because he's an iRacing driver, finishes 34th. So he had damage, it looks like, to his car.
I just threw my headset across the room because I didn't want to hear that.
I know.
I got it on the DVR, and I.
Oh, you didn't hear it, did you?
No, I heard you starting to say something about.
Don't listen to it in this
Byron,
broadcast.
So.
And it's not actually. I could be wrong about that, by the way. So I'm not going to say what I was going to say then, because there's still 4 laps left.
Yeah, I heard you say William Byron, so I just took the headset
I
off.
forgot you DVR yours. So we're not going to mention anything else about that. Anyway, green flag back out.
Skip the commercials. And the 0-2, Brandon Puffenbarger is going to pull back out to a pretty significant lead over Jeff Webster here.
Hey, Derek.
Austin Marion and Eric Barilli.
Remember when Skyler talked about you wrecking him? You could really run his not now if you just say what I just said. I'm joking, by the way. Don't repeat it, but... Oh, no!
Oh, leader's wrecking. Oh,
no! 02's out.
Well, I'm going to leave.
Oh, 65 got contact and the 09. Well, the 09 officially done as he has blown up. Wow, man, I don't know what to say. That was interesting. We're gonna replay.
I think I can still win this thing.
I think you can too, actually.
Well,
wow.
I got 45 seconds till I'd rejoin the race. So, on that note, you all have a good day.
You too, buddy.
Show me on TV a lot, if you would, and I'll catch up with you later.
All right, buddy. Derek, what just happened? Austin Marion gets a little contact. Guys, we're only going to have 3 drivers in this race.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I was on the phone there, but I was sitting here watching it, and it just looked like the 02 just got the corner. Looked like he'd been running in a higher lane these past couple of laps. Actually, he was up there next to the wall.
Yeah, he was. He's been up there quite a bit. I'm going to be honest.
He was all in the wall.
I don't know if anybody else... Everybody's got damage now besides that 14.
Yeah, he just got in the wall, and then I think whenever he turned to get off the wall, it snapped on him, and then he tried to save it, and just there was nowhere to go.
We'll be right back
That sucked.
after a commercial. Holy crap, dude. 3 cars in this race. Wow, that's crazy. What? No, you're fine. William Byron won the race, though. No. 8th. Ryan Sieg finished 2nd. Wow. Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Matilda Armstrong, Michael Matt, Jeremy Clemens. Wow. Elliott Sadler. Yeah. Garrett Smithley finished 10th. Tommy Joe Martin finished 11th. Alright. $34th. Looks like he might have got crashed, yeah. I was pulling for him earlier though, dude. Yeah, it puts iRacing on the map. Did put iRacing on the map. Now the car's crashed. I'm gonna be honest. Skyler's out there. He's about to take 7th away from Curtis. He's out there right now behind the pace car. You're fired. Yeah. You had a party. What do you mean? To have a party? Who? How did they get that? Oh, hold on.
driving 30 minutes.
We're back here. Sorry about my mic being live. Luckily, we didn't say nothing bad on the broadcast. That's the first time that's ever happened.
I didn't have a party for the people that are wondering. I have no party.
Derek
I'm
had
a good
party.
boy.
But no, Derek, this race just went from. Actually, you know, we only got 2 cars on the lead lap. Yep.
Sorry.
It's really not funny, but at the same time, you can't help but kind of chuckle because it's like, you know.
How many laps do we have left? Oh my god.
This is insane. Like, I've never. Guys, you're seeing history for us. We've never broadcasted a race with this many cars. Or less cars, should I say. So, pace car is in. We're about to go back green. 2 cars on the lead lap. The 14 and the 02. Green flag out. Eric Borelli going to be side-by-side racing with the 02. And I'm going to guess Borelli should be able to clear him here. And he will. The 02 may be down on power a little bit.
Are you sure? Because I feel like there was a race one time where we didn't have that. CFR didn't have that many cars.
No, we actually had that many cars, but I think there was a race one time. It was. I'm not going to mention the league because I don't want to, you know, rub any feathers the wrong way by any means. Skylar Allen gets loose. Save! Wow, what a save!
But I'm thinking CFR had that happen one
No,
time.
it was another league, and it was for a. What was it? A super late model race that we did broadcast for someone. They only had 7 cars show up, and it was a 300 lap race.
Oh,
so you can imagine. Yeah, you can imagine. It was brutal, honestly. And even the owner was really disappointed with it too. And I don't blame him. He should be.
Yeah.
And I mean, he wasn't disappointed by the racing. The racing wasn't that bad. It was just the car count was really low. You know, in all honesty, Skylar Allen's actually pretty fast in that beat-up car.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. These short track, heck, I might as well just on the very opening lap just go take a ride to that wall. This seems like you get faster when you have that.
It don't hurt you as bad as what you may think. Well, I'm not seeing anyway. I mean, the 02 may be experiencing some, but last time by he was actually faster than the 14, so I don't know. That's a stripe. It's still Eric Borelli leading the way. His Lazy Dayz racing teammate behind him with the 02. You know, something that's interesting here is James Finn. He wrecked out a long time ago, and he's up to 6th place, about to be in 5th. So he's looking at a top 5. That's big for him. Skylar Allen, another one, has a chance to actually get into 6th place. Or, yeah, 6th place. He just took over 7th just now.
Yeah.
And he's only 20 laps behind 5th right now.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he'll have plenty of time.
He's got time to catch 6th.
He doesn't wreck her.
Yeah, as long as nothing happens. I mean, and he just got past the leader, by the way. Like 12, 13.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, nobody's been able to keep that car straight. It's been, the wrecks you've seen has been constant like that. We see Brandon falling back a little bit now. He is still faster than our leader last time by as well. You know, and honestly, I don't think, James could have a chance at a top 4. I don't know if he'll be able to get up over Jeff or not. Jeff may be able to come back out before the end. Yeah, I was kind of pulling for old Tom Majeski tonight.
Yeah, I think everyone that does iRacing, I guess, a little bit was pulling for him. I wasn't, I'll be 100% honest. I was hoping that he would take all 38 other cars and let Sadler win. But, yeah, I mean, we were all pumping our fist a little bit, hoping that he would do something.
Whether you like him or not. Personally, I'm not a big fan of him. But I want him to do good because it represents iRacing, and I wanted to prove that it can help him. You know, and I mean, even if he didn't finish the race that great, it helps him. It proves it. Look where he qualified. He was running top 4 there for a little while. So I mean, he went from like 8th to 4th on 1 lap. You know, but you got to put a whole race together, and he knows that. He's won multiple championships. You know what I mean, in super late models and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And I think honestly, what this is his first ever Xfinity
First
start.
ever, yeah.
So, you know, it's still going to take a little bit of time, I think, for him to build that.
If you look who's all been in that 60 car in the Xfinity series, there's some big names that used to drive it. Mark Martin used to drive it. Carl Edwards drove the 60 car. I mean, and did you know tonight's race was the 599th career Xfinity start for that 60 car? So that's pretty interesting. 599. So, you know, honestly, if Tom Majeski would have waited one more week or something like that, he'd have been in 600. Everybody remember him then.
And also, you know, I know it sounds like I'm really doing good here for Sam, but Sam, of course, he had his 800th career start tonight.
Really?
And I think that's also a big deal.
That's NASCAR start, correct?
I believe
I think so, yeah. So
but he's had over like 400 starts in just the series alone, which I still think that's a big accomplishment.
It is. We got a race heating up here for first. Brandon has ran down, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Eric could just be saving back here a little bit because he knows that he does have that better of a car. I mean, well, we're still looking at another good 50 laps here as we got a car that's re-entering the racing circuit.
That is Lee. You know, something interesting about Lee, though, it's pulling back out in the 29. You know, he's blown up twice. That's impressive.
He wrecked on pit road.
Oh, really?
He's good. He's good. He just went back out to, I think, to run a lap. I think he's good.
You know, if he runs just a few more laps, he's going to take over 8th. He's only got to run 4 more laps. 5 more laps.
I think he just needs to run the apron.
Yeah, I agree. Just go out there and take a few extra spots away. I mean...
actually, we got a couple more cars coming back out now. The 09 and the 65. Both return
Oh, wow.
to the racing surface.
So that helps. That may actually hurt James right there a little bit. Then he's not going to have a chance for 5th probably, or 4th. I mean, he actually is up to 5th now though. James Finn.
The 29 did just.
He disconnected. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Looks like though that 09 is really down on power.
Yeah, I would say so. Say he as well. Now he's racing right here in front of the leaders. This could be interesting here, as you can see the time he's losing a little bit.
Wow, they got him, I think, right at a place that they... hold up.
It kind of worked out.
Lee, by the way, did just reconnect.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Something must have been going on there with his connection or something. This is why he may have pulled back down pit road. I mean, he had nothing to lose. You know, he does got a little bit to gain.
Yeah, I guess that is true. But, man, this 02, man, he's looking to get around here. He's looking to find the correct lane around Eric. I just don't think he's close enough right now to be able to make that path.
Yeah, last time by Eric was faster, which could have had to do with that lap car. This time by, it was actually Eric again faster by a 10th that time. At 1/10 even.
Oh, it looks like these two guys are going to be the two that are battling out.
Yeah, for sure.
15 laps down is third place car. So right here, one of these two guys are probably going to end up winning this race. Well,
no, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh when I say this because I do mean this. It would be very interesting if, say, first or second does crash out. I've never seen that happen in any type of racing before, and we only have one guy on the lead lap.
Never happened before
yeah.
Anyway.
So I don't want to see it, but at the same time, it would be a record in a bad way, but it would be a record.
You know what? Everything else has happened tonight. Why not?
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me honestly, but.
I mean, with the way tonight's gone, I mean, then technically, who's technically your leader then? I mean, the thing is, though, that would increase the race time because, I mean, they have to catch up all 15 laps. That's a 60.
I don't know how that would work.
Oh, well, of course, Yellow would come out. They would all get a waiver. Well, that's if they don't pit. They would all get a waiver round. And then they all got to go catch up to get back on the lead lap.
I don't know what that would do to my overlays. I bet it had to mess them other things all up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they will sit there and run laps, and it will not take up the lap count.
I agree.
Until they get back on the lead lap.
Back up there. Yeah. Austin, by the way, back on pit road, the 65.
Yeah, he wrecked again. Turn 2.
How bad was it, do you know?
He nosed it into the inside wall, so I don't know how bad.
So actually, it looks like that's actually going to get Jeff Wupker has a chance of taking over third here. Then, so that's big for him. That's actually a big spot right there.
We're actually getting close to 40 laps, so these guys, whenever they keep it green here,
yeah,
we really knock down some laps.
You know, a couple of these guys that are out there, they've kept it for the most part clean all night. I mean, Eric's done a great job. The O2's done a good job. Yeah, we seem to get
here
wrecked.
we go. Here comes a pass.
Nope.
Looks like he lost a lot of momentum there coming off the corner.
Yeah, it looks like it too. It's so hard to pass on that low side right now as this run goes on. I've noticed it. There is one thing I've noticed about why some of these guys are wrecking though. In 3 and 4, some of them's getting low in 4 or 3, and then because there is a bump in that part of the track, it could be sending them around.
Yeah. Right now, it looks like the O2 does get a much better run through the center of the corner in 1 and 2. He just loses it all coming out of the corner, so I think that hurts him.
He was faster last time by. This time by, we'll see.
I would probably go to Eric here.
Yeah, it was. Eric by a 10th that time. You know who the fastest on the track is right now?
I'm going to guess. Hold on, let me look at everyone that's out on track. The 29 saves it. I don't know.
Skylar Allen.
Actually, I was just about to think about him. He's in 6th. He's actually only 15 laps behind James Finn.
Actually, I take it back. Lee Grandy was fastest last time out. We got a battle for the lead, though.
And that O2, he's inched his way closer. I just don't know if he can actually get up underneath him, make that pass. Now, the 14 could be driving a very defensive line here, taking away the lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm
thinking.
thinking.
Is what he's got to do. He's got to figure out what lane that O2 is making a lot of ground on and try to defend it, but also be able to try to run his lane too.
You know, honestly, I think if you're going to try to set up a pass, it may be a good idea to go high and try to get around on the outside.
Yeah, that's really where I see a lot of momentum being gained. Now, I haven't run these cars at Iowa, but I feel like going to the outside will be the way to go to get around because, I mean, the O2, he's getting a great run through the entrance to the center. It's just on that exit, as you can tell, the gap slightly grows, gains it all back to 3. Happens right here coming through 4. He actually got
he closed in,
through 4. So it looks like he's got turn 3 and 4 figured out. It just doesn't look like he has turn 2 quite figured out. I think if he can figure out turn 2, he will have a chance as he goes back.
Wow, he drove it in.
Yeah, he drove it in. He'll get up to the back.
He did close in.
14 will drive away just a little bit here.
Yeah. Right here's where he really closes in. But he can't do anything in 1 and 2. Actually, the 14 looks really good there.
Looks like he loses actually a lot. He loses a lot on the straightaway.
It could be from that damage.
Yeah, so I think that's where the damage hurts him. I think he is in fact faster than this 14. Because he loses so much to the straightaway that he can't gain nothing.
How about Skylar Allen up to 6th place? Wow. And he actually still can still lose that spot, so he's got to be careful. He's got to run just a few more laps, and he'll be safe. But
well, we're coming to 30 to go in a couple laps here.
Yeah, around 30 to go here, about 4 laps.
About 33 probably now coming to.
Here we go, side by side. No.
Right here. This O2 needs to. Right there. This is
actually
the closest he's been entering this corner.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get him. I'm going to be honest. You may have to put a bumper. Oh, what a drive out.
That might.
Nope.
He just needs to keep it
Lost
close.
It.
If he can keep it closer, he's getting a much better run off. I think if he can keep it close, he could have a chance. Right there. Nope, he didn't get up tight enough. So that's going to hurt him now because now all of that time and momentum he had, it just went up and down. Now he's really got to drive it.
Not only that, Eric
he goes a little bit higher.
Eric may be able to notice if he's doing something here and take away that line as well.
Well, right there, it looked like he did take away that bottom lane to the open up to the top lane and gained a lot of time.
Yeah, he's going to get a run off here. No, he gave it up a little bit actually on the exit, just a little bit on the exit.
Yeah, and then right there, that damage helps this 14. They would have pulled it away just a little bit here. They're not going to need to take a pit up here, are they? for fuel.
You know, I was trying to figure that out as well. I was adding it up. I thought tires would be first, to be honest, but I'd be impressed if they could run this all the way to the end. They've already been out there 38 laps, 39 laps now. And we got 30 laps to go.
Oh, that's 70 laps. I don't know.
That's a lot to go on the tires.
Yeah, that's
especially here.
Yeah. And that's just it. I think that's one reason why the O2 is maybe needing to push this so hard.
And honestly,
actually, that O2 got a great run there.
You know, we may see somebody take 2 tires like the O2 to get out by a lot. Personally, I mean, the lap times are not falling off, though. That's the thing. They're not really falling off a ton. So,
yeah.
They're only a second difference right now between that and their fastest lap. So that's not too bad for 40 laps into a run.
Skylar Allen is on pit road. Look like maybe they can't make him because it looked like he's taking just a
I think you're right. Yeah, he's down in the way. Definitely a scheduled stop then.
Yeah, so this makes you think now, do you want to try to short pit now?
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it seems too risky because of all the yellows.
Well, you know, surprisingly, we've actually got less yellows than what we had in the K&N or Xfinity truck race the other day.
It's shocking.
Well, I mean, we still got 28 laps to go, but coming to 27.
Yeah.
But still.
And how many more yellows do we need to?
One to tie it. We had 10, so yeah. I mean, it's possible. Man, I don't know. I don't know if the O2's got anything for him. I mean...
Oh, right there. He got a good run right there. He's actually going to stay right there just a little bit. Right there. Let's see what kind of run he gets right here. Nope. Doesn't look like he'll get there. I don't know.
The 14's got the preferred lines right now. He can go wherever.
Yeah, and also with that much better car,
right.
Aero-wise, that does really help him.
Nobody else on pit road yet. Have noticed that. Oh, here comes a small run.
Actually, hold up. Does a 14 act have damage?
No, he does not.
That's right on my screen. Now he has damage. Maybe it's because of where I blinked.
That's
Actually,
what
on
it
my
was,
screen, he's got a ton of damage.
that's where you blinked. Yeah, he did spin earlier into the grass. I think it's the only time he's wrecked.
I don't know. As we're coming to 20 to go, I think now these guys think it's... I think now if you pit, you much throw your race away. I think.
Well, Brandon's going to have to try something, honestly. You got to do whatever the 14's not going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if he don't pit, personally, I don't think I would either. Brandon don't have a win, like we said earlier. Brandon's got the most pressure. He don't have a win on the season. Eric does. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Uh, 21 to go. O2 looking to the low side here on the 14. You know what else this is for? This is also for most laps led. If the 14 can lead the rest of these laps, he will have the most laps led.
That O2 is just so close.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get around him. I think you're going to have to possibly bump him a little bit. But you got to keep in mind how much
He
extra
hasn't
you
been close
have.
enough to bump him.
Ooh, you got close that time.
Oh, let's see what he can do right here. Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, now the O2 car looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The O2 car looks perfect, and now the 14 looks terrible.
The O2 car don't look bad. He's got a little bit of damage on the right front. That's really about it.
I think, honestly, I think this O2 wants is a caution. I think that way he can take plenty of time to make sure he gets all his damage fixed. And go.
He's trying so many different lines right now, too, trying to figure it out how to, you know, get there.
Yeah, and
oh, he got loose.
That's what the.
He got loose in, and
that.
It actually didn't hurt him as bad as what I thought it would.
Yeah. Who knows?
That time by, it definitely was 14 faster. We'll keep it up to date and see. We are getting ready to come to 15 to go. We've got 16 right now for Eric Borelli, the 14, looking to get his second win on the season. And slowly starting to pull away here, which is what he needs, I think. I say that, and that time Brandon was actually faster.
So apparently, I know this is back onto the actual Iowa race. Apparently, Heather had some kind of like bad luck or something out. Apparently, something happened at the tail end of the race. Hurt apparently certain cars. Go figure out what that is.
Here we go. Here comes the O2 once again.
How did he drive it back?
He's faster. Back? I mean, he found something there. It seems like. But it's going to be tough to get around to 14. He does have a run. And it got blocked there by the 14 in Borelli. Who's probably not looking in his mirror right now.
I wouldn't. Actually, I'll take it back. I would.
I got a habit of it too, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's also another thing. I know for someone like me that isn't out front all that much, especially late in a race, that's all you think you need to do. Look out that mirror. Make sure that dude is not getting around you. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what I did at Charlotte. I was mirror driving more than I was actually looking out the front windshield.
That is actually one place I do not mirror drive.
Charlotte.
I love that place, yeah.
Well, we're getting close to go. As the O2, I think, right here, it's got to put the bumper on him right here.
Yeah, you're going to have to move him because the 14's holding that same line, and that's where the O2 wants to be.
Oh, right here, he's got a good run. He got to the outside, not going to be able to do much with it. The 14 just got too much power going down the straightaway. $11 to go here. Come to the line. And not just spice things up a little bit. Skylar Nelson, he's catching these front
two. You just say Skylar Nelson.
Yes. Isn't that right? Am I saying something wrong?
Skylar Allen.
Close enough. Skylar Nelson, Skylar Allen, same thing. You know what? The guy wrecked. Okay, there we go. He's catching these front two, not saying that he would do anything to change the outcome of this race.
Yeah, he won't do anything. Both of them his teammates. But he may try to drive around them.
Yeah, and that could... Look at that! What? I guess that right there shows you how much better fresher tires is.
He's driving that thing in there, ain't he? Yeah, he's running 23-second laps. Wow. 23.6 that time for Skylar.
I'm not saying that he would do this, but what if he would bump draft the O2 down the straightaways just to keep him close?
Well, you never know.
I mean, with what, coming to 8 to go right here, I wouldn't put it past my mind.
Well, this right here is where the O2 does have an advantage if Skylar's trying to get around him.
Yeah, I think the O2 needs to make sure that Skylar passes him in on a straightaway. He doesn't need to pass him in a turn because I think this O2 needs the third line.
You know what? I don't think Skylar's going to pass him.
I would hope not.
I don't think he's going to.
I'm actually surprised these guys are going to try to stay out this long.
Yeah, 63 laps right now on them tires.
Let me see.
And the thing is, we don't know what fuel run is because we haven't had this long of a run, so.
There's only 15.9 gallons in the car.
Yeah. We could be cutting close here on fuel.
But honestly, do you think they're both probably looking at fuel right now?
No. Got 6 to go. Brandon was faster last time by the 02. Yeah, Skyler's not going to try to pass him, don't look like. So good for him on that. Now, when I mess up, he might, but.
Honestly, right now, I'm looking at. Looks like Brandon is running more consistent that time.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, Eric ran a 23.9 last time by.
Yeah, well, right now, he's there at the start-finish line, so I think.
Wow.
I believe that if this 02 can get up beside him, coming out of 4,
here we
he
go.
could have a chance.
Nope, he took a
He just doesn't have the power. He's got to dive it off. A little bit better getting in like that right there. Then he's got to put the bumper to him. I haven't seen anyone put a bumper to someone yet.
No.
Surprisingly.
Also, I want to mention Eric Brelly will be your lap leader tonight.
We're coming to 2 to go this time here. This is where we could see this 02 may overdrive it here to try to get around.
2 to go at the line for the Iowa 188 Go Fast Racing League Lazy Dayz Xfinity Series. Watching the 14 of Eric Brelly trying to hold off the 02 of Brandon Puffenberger, and right now doing a good job of it.
Oh, he got to the inside.
He's pushing it right now.
Oh, he's going to get right up there beside him. Just barely. Just not going to be able to get up close enough.
White flag. Yeah, I think he may
back.
be too far back, yeah. Unless he drives it in, yep.
He's got to. Door him. Pull the Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin here. You got to. He ain't going to do it.
And 3 and 4, out of turn 4. Here comes Eric Borelli as the 02 drives wide.
Tried.
Oh, and Eric Brelly wins here at Iowa. Wow.
That 02 tried. I give him a lot of credit for that. He tried.
I agree. Eric Borelli leads 71 laps, picks up the win. Brandon Puffenberger finishes in 2nd. Jeff Wepker managed to finish 3rd. Wow. Big win for that 14 car, though. As the fireworks explode. And here goes the 14 into the wall. Skylar Allen decided to help him around a little bit.
Yeah, he wanted to help him get started with his burnout. Actually, I think Skylar just wanted to make sure that 14 had damage on the car.
That's possibly what it was. We're going to get an interview.
Yeah, well, he got damaged now.
He hit the wall pretty good, didn't he? The sim seats, number 14, Fast Sign Chevrolet. Eric Borelli brings it home in P1 tonight and picks up the win here at Iowa Speedway. That's a hard-fought victory, though.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
What's happening, Adam?
Man, a hard race. Let's just be honest. One of the hardest races we've seen all season from the Xfinity Series. Led 71 laps. You was up and down all night as well and managed to outlast all the chaos. Talk us through your night.
Yeah, to say it was chaos is definitely an understatement. You know, it wasn't the drivers. You know, we were talking about it in the chat, and you know, I think it's more, you know, the new build and the track setup and such. You know, it just car was just loose. Car, you know, we talked about it in the beginning before the race started. You know, the car just got loose after a while, and guys were just snapping them around, and you know, that's why we decided to start in the back. So we just had a feeling that things were going to be a little bit rough for a little bit, and sure enough, it came to fruition, you know.
Man, things change up here next week. We head to Daytona. Now, that was your win number 2 on the season. Are you anxious to get back to some super speedway racing, or are you liking these little short tracks?
Yeah, I'm more of a plate track driver. You know, our super speedway program is really good. You know, we've had good results when we won at Daytona and Talladega and stuff. And it's going to be nice to get open and get in some open air and get a nice big track and be able to put it down on the floor and do a little drafting action and hopefully be able to bring it home.
I agree, man. That was fun to watch, and you put that car up front tonight, and that was really fun to watch holding back the 0-2. So good run by you. Is there anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, first and foremost, I'll give a shout out to Nate and Skyler for this league, putting on the races. They do a good job. You know, I know the Xfinity series, we have a smaller amount of drivers, but the guys that are in this division are definitely good drivers. Of course, a shout out to you, Adam, for doing the broadcast and such, and my shout out to my spotted Tim. His dad's in the hospital. He's a little under the weather, so we're praying for his dad and stuff. And a shout out to Tim and the guys at Lazy Dayz Racing.
Sure, man. Thoughts with Tim, and good win tonight, man. And we'll talk to you here next week. Congratulations, win number 2.
Thank you very much.
Good job, buddy. Next up, we bring in Brandon Puffenberger. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you battled there for a long time tonight, and you actually started a lap down without getting the the correct number of laps in for practice, but led 64 laps. You fell a little bit short. We watched you battle the 14 there for a long time tonight. What was you needing to happen? Could you done anything different? Was it the tires that you just couldn't get there? What was you needing to happen to get up there and take the win away?
It was actually that caution that I brought out. I think I killed the motor, so he was just pulling me down the straightaway, so I couldn't keep up with him down the straightaway, but I could close right up to his bumper in the corners.
The track was really tough. One of the toughest places we've raced all year, and you all raced all year. Was this track tough to drive in your mind? It looked like it was, from our standpoint, of course, we did see the cautions, and it, usually when a car wrecked, it took out a lot of cars. But how tough was this place to drive tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Tonight, it just seemed a little more slick than yesterday or Thursday. Like on Thursday, we could run the bottom, but tonight, if you tried to run the bottom, you were either sideways and correcting it, or you're going to crash. So it was really tough tonight.
Well, big second place finish for you. That's going to help in the points a lot. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or anything like that?
I want to give a shout out to Lazy Dayz Racing, Skyler and Nate. They always do a good job, and you as well. You always do an amazing job at broadcasting this.
Well, thanks, man, for having us. That was fun to watch you, and get up there and get you a win next week. We'll be watching.
All right, 10-4.
Good job, buddy. That was Brandon, who finishes in second place. Next up, we got Jeff Wupker, who finishes in third place. Jeff, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, man,
Gotcha.
you had a up and down night, I guess, to say the least. You didn't finish on the lead lap, but you still managed to bring it home third, which is very big. Considering the points now and stuff like that. Talk us through your night, man. What was it like out there?
Well, I didn't qualify very well, and I heard a lot of people talking about, they were concerned about the racetrack being slick and everything. And I kind of wanted to be up front because I didn't want to be a part of any, incidents. I saw a lot of spins in practice and so forth. But I had third fastest practice time, and I don't know what happened in qualifying, but I just fell apart for some reason. I think I was trying to be too cautious or something. And so I avoided a bunch of those wrecks, which you probably saw.
Yeah.
I got really lucky, and I was thinking, boy, this must be my night, to have a really good finish here. And to wind up with a podium finish was really surprising. I mean, I stopped in the pits, and my car was just smoking away because Brandon Puffenberger. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing. He mentioned earlier if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. I apologize if I'm not. But he had pretty much. He was a class of the field tonight. He was running a high line, and I was trying to copy him because he was a little tick faster than I was. And he got up in the wall, and I went way down to the shoulder. And I was really surprised that he hit me, but when I asked him about it, I guess these cars, when they,
right,
you know how it is, they get up against the wall and they're almost like a magnet. So I guess he kind of pulled the steering wheel a little to the left and it shot down. So all in all, I'm pretty happy, with the third place finish. I'm sorry for anyone and yourself for broadcasting.
Oh, no, not at all, man. Not at all. It's completely fine. Next week we head to Daytona. Are you anxious to get back to a super speedway? Are you looking forward to that, or would you wish we would stay on short tracks like this?
I'm fine with the super speedways. I do pretty well at them. I am kind of a guy that lays back in the weeds a little bit, right. So I try to be there at the end. I actually only had one other podium finish in the league series, and that was actually Daytona. Right. I think it was the first race of the season. So, yeah, I'm fine with that, and I'm really looking forward to some of the roady.
Yeah, I agree. Tracks. I'm looking forward to that one myself. Well, man, third place finish, definitely a step up in the right direction moving forward. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Adam, thank you for putting on, such a good entertaining show every week, with your broadcasting. You do a great job. And I want to thank Lazy Dayz and Go Fast Racing, Skylar and Nate Anderson, Skylar L and Nate Anderson, for the work they do to put this on. And, we're struggling a little bit right now with participation, but it's a great league, and as you know, we don't usually have this many cautions, so it'll hopefully only get better in the future.
Oh, yeah, I agree completely, man. Good job, third place, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you next week. Go up and see if you can get a win.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right, let's take a real fast look at the results, who somehow, by the way, Skylar Allen finishes 6th. Skylar, are you there?
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
How happy are you with 6th place tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I'll say as a driver, 6th place. Anytime you can finish 6th is a good thing. As league owner, not so happy because the guy who's 60 some odd laps down finishes 6th. So, not great. And I don't often say, I don't say this often, and I'm a firm believer that you're the driver, you're in control of your car, you're in control of your race, you're in control of your track. Right. But I firmly believe that everything that happened here tonight was a direct product of the car track combination with a not so great setup.
I agree.
And I don't say that often. I said I feel like a.
Oh no, you don't. You've said it before in here before. You never said that before.
I don't agree with that statement whatsoever most of the time. But in this instance, to see the list of names of people who struggled tonight, people that you wouldn't really expect to see struggling. Todd Cray, I don't think actually started the race.
No, he did not.
Tyler Cox, Aaron Fowler, Curtis Martin, those are guys you don't really think you would see struggle. As unfortunate as it was, I really feel it was just a bad setup for the race. So we got to come back here in 5 weeks. So
figure something out.
We got to hit the ground running this week and figure out exactly what we're going to do to fix this. So big shout out to Lazy Dayz Racing. My Lazy Dayz Racing Camaro tonight was really fast. I got out and led laps. That was the first laps I've ever led under green this year, so that felt good. A fellow Lazy Dayz Racing teammate finished in 1-2, so that's awesome. Center Force TV for all the hard work and effort put into these broadcasts. I know, especially nights like tonight, I can only imagine it can't be a lot of fun. So And, you know, Mr. I wrecked a guy once. Thanks for coming in about halfway through the race.
All right, Derek, thoughts on the race?
For what I was here for, I mean, it was still good racing, even though the car count was low. It was still some great racing. I was actually very proud of the way these guys still put on a good show for us, especially all the way down to the last lap. I mean, who knew what was going to happen there? So I'd say overall it was still a pretty decent. So I can't wait to.
Next Thursday, are they off next Thursday or is it Kansas? It's Kansas, right? I can't remember.
Next week
it's Kansas, right, for trucks?
For the trucks, no. The next week we are off.
Oh, they're off Thursday. Okay.
In the trucks.
And then Daytona.
And then, no.
Wait, where's the K&N go?
The K&N and Xfinity go to Daytona next week.
Yeah.
The trucks are off. And then the week after that, the trucks go to the Dirty Dora.
That's right. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for us here now. We'll be back next Friday. We don't actually broadcast no races tomorrow, no races Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday this week. A lot of our leagues
and then
are off, so.
for the K&N and Xfinity, it's Kentucky. Sorry, just want to toss that in there.
That's fine. And it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, guys. That'll be all for us. Anybody want to say anything else?
Have a good night. Delaney, get your butt to work.
That's what I'm saying.
And the other three will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump